Hello everybody, welcome to the Wednesday, December 16th, 2009 edition of the Logan Sports Talk Show. It was suggested to me by a loyal fan of the show, Max Recitar, hello Max, that we talk a little about the NBA this episode, something we haven't done much, and I'm very happy to talk about it. Biggest thing I saw last night in the NBA, Tracy McGrady, T-Mac, made his season debut last night in Houston. In the hometown of Houston versus the Detroit Pistons. Coach Rick Edelman limited Tracy McGrady to only 8 minutes last night. He only scored 3 points on a three-pointer from the key. He's been out since February with a knee injury. He had surgery on it, left knee. The most interesting part of all this is he's second in All-Star votes among guards from the Western Conference, only trailing Kobe Bryant. For a guy who's only played 8 minutes, I don't understand how anyone would vote him into the All-Star game. It just goes to show you how bad the fan votes are for sports. If you're going to let a guy who's played 8 minutes into the All-Star game, that's just ridiculous. It's supposed to be something honorable. When people finish their career, you're supposed to hear them say, oh, I was in 10 All-Star games, and it matters. How can Tracy McGrady say he was in this All-Star game when he's played 8 minutes with a month and a half left until the All-Star game? I mean, unless he averages 50 points a game for the next month and a half, I don't see any reason why you should already be considering him for the All-Star game. I think it's a little ridiculous. A little about the All-Star game, though, this year. It'll be played at Cowboys Stadium in Arlington, Texas. The stadium holds almost 100,000 people. And the NBA is expecting at least 80,000 to be in attendance for the All-Star game. That will break many records held with NBA attendance, including the most attendees at an NBA All-Star game. The game is Sunday, February 14th. It should be a good game. Nice to watch. I will actually be in Dallas that weekend. So it definitely has to just watching the game, but nice to see Tracy McGrady back. There you go, Max. Very nice. Love seeing T-Mac back on the court. He's the man. And that's really all I got to say about T-Mac. We have a question relating to the NBA from Scott. He is from Philly. And he wants to know who I think the best player in the NBA is right now. This is kind of a hard one. I think one of the better players in the NBA right now is Carmelo Anthony. He is leading the league in points per game. He's having a great year. The only reason I want to consider him the best right now is because he's on a good team. There's 5 players on the Denver Nuggets who are averaging double figures a game, so it's very hard to consider him an MVP-like player when he's on a good team already. I'm going to give it to LeBron James. He's on besides Mo Williams, there's no one really that good on the Cleveland Cavaliers. And I feel, you almost feel bad for LeBron at this point. I mean, thankfully he's still young. He's got tons of years left in the NBA. But this year, I mean, he has 6 double-doubles, a triple-double. He is averaging 28.6 points a game, 6.9 rebounds a game, and 8 assists a game. I mean, he's having a great year. And when your team is Shaquille O'Neal, I can't even say his first name, but Agauskas and Mo Williams, you got to give the guy some credit. But kudos to Carmelo Anthony. He's having a great year. We have another question coming in from Brooklyn, New York. Dylan has a question. With the playoffs approaching, who are the best, well, not the playoffs, but the fantasy football playoffs approaching, who are the best guys to have on your team or that you may want to start in the last couple weeks? There's 2 guys I'd say that I think are really going to have great weeks for week 15 and 16. Most fantasy football leagues do not have game week 17. If you do, if your league consists of a week 17, do not play Peyton Manning. Rumor on the street, he is not playing. Do not play Peyton Manning. But if your league is like most leagues and only plays week 15 and 16 for the playoffs, I suggest 2 guys. One is Eli Manning. Eli Manning is having a great year. I think he's even been a little underrated this year because the Giants' defense has just been atrocious. He's put up great numbers. He's coming off a great game versus the Eagles, almost 400 yards, nearly 30 completions, and 4 touchdowns. That's just a great game. Good job, Eli Manning. And in the last 4 weeks, and 3 of the last 4 weeks, he's had 2 or more touchdowns thrown. So points-wise, he's going to put the numbers up there. I would suggest Eli Manning. And on top of that, the Giants are playing the Washington Redskins and the Carolina Panthers in Week 16 and 17, both of which have pretty bad pass defenses. I would suggest Eli Manning to have a great next couple of weeks. He'll definitely help you out. Play Eli if you have him. And by any chance, if he's not picked up in your league, pick him up right now because he's really having a good year. Use him. Second guy. This guy, it's a little questionable what he's going to do, but Tim Hightower is having a terrible year. He's been very disappointing. He only has 500 yards rushing. Obviously, it hurts. He's hurt many fantasy football owners, but if you still own him, use him the next couple of weeks. Arizona is playing Detroit and St. Louis over the next 2 weeks. They not only have terrible rush defenses and pass defenses, but they have a combined 3 wins this season. A team can get 3 wins, the same amount of wins they have over the next 3 weeks. Moral of the story, I think either him or if you have Beanie Wells, play one of them because they're the running game, especially because Kurt Warner's been hurt, and you might want to, not use him too much if you want to make a big run in the playoffs. The running game is going to be key the next couple of weeks. Use Tim Hightower, use Beanie Wells. I think these are your 2 guys from Arizona that can really help you, and of course, Eli Manning's the way to go. Tonight, I'm happy I suggested the last night, the Bulls-Lakers game. Kobe, obviously having a great game, 42 points versus the Bulls. But tonight, I suggest watching, and I'm not a hockey fan, but I actually want to watch this. The Rangers playing the Islanders at Madison Square Garden, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Watch it. Enjoy hockey. Good rivalry. New York rivalry. So that's what you got to watch today. We've been having great feedback so far. Thanks for everyone watching. We've had people suggesting to friends. Thank you very much. But please become a fan on our Facebook page. Type in Logan's Sports Talk. Look it up. Become a fan. You can send questions, concerns. We have discussion boards about what team you think is the best in the NBA right now. Contribute to them. Become a fan. Follow us on Twitter at Logan Sports Talk. We have a Yahoo account, logansportstalk@yahoo.com. Send emails, questions, concerns, whatever you want to do. Send us something. I'll try to get it on the show. So far, we've had a lot of questions come in, and we're almost full this week. But we still want to get as many questions as possible. Send it in. Tomorrow, we're going to have a question from Mikey T. Got a question from him last night. He's going to be on the show tomorrow. And so that's it. Make sure, tell your grandmother, like I said. Tell your grandmother. Tell your friends in school. Tell your coworkers. Share it. Tell everyone. Get the show out there. And until tomorrow, I'm Logan Miller, host of the Logan Sports Talk. Have a good night, my sports fans.